Hey everybody, this is Surax Gaming, and welcome back to another Mortal Kombat 1 topic video. First topic video of the new year, so I hope everyone's enjoyed the first 9 or so days of their 2024, playing some MK1, but probably not, which is what we're going to speak about in this video. I just wanted to make a video today talking about the Invasions game mode, because it made me super mad the other day, and I kind of wanted to talk about it, because it's really turning me off the game. So let's just chat a bit about Invasions and why I genuinely believe that the Invasions game mode is probably the worst thing that's happened to Mortal Kombat 1 so far, unfortunately. To those who haven't really given it any attention, you probably won't after this video either, but to break it down a bit, Invasions is the core single-player game mode in Mortal Kombat 1. It's a very integral part to the game, and it gets updated once every roughly 1 or 2 months between with a new season, and it has some brief story elements to keep people coming back each season, but the story is completely inconsequential to the series. It means nothing. It's a 30-second video that they play to explain why you have to fight Sub-Zero over the next 50 days or so. You're rewarded with skins, which are admittedly just recolors of skins that are already in the game. And you do get some seasonal in-game currency that you can spend on more skins or gear, which are again just recolors of existing skins and gear already in the game since launch. There are also 2 Titan boss fights per season, one at the end of the invasion track, which is usually the boss of the season like Sub-Zero or Scorpion, and one brief mid-season timed boss, such as Ashra in the most recent series, who pretty much inspired this whole video, because she made me punch a wall, and I've never done that before. So let's talk a bit about Invasions. The first thing I wanted to talk about is the absolutely insane, boring gameplay loop. The main thing you'll be doing in Invasions, well, it's just the same single round match for an hour per mesa, 6 mesas per season, not counting the gateway or pyramid. Some of these matches have an annoying modifier like the Towers of Time in MK1, which is its whole own video, but they are mostly inconsequential compared to the Towers of Time in MK1. The modifiers in MK1 were ridiculous, and it was like every fight. In MK1 they did admittedly tone that down, but you will occasionally run into some goddamn annoying modifier that absolutely ruins the fight. There's this one modifier that always gets applied to any kind of Shao Kahn boss fight, where after you do a certain amount of damage, he gets like a chaos aura around him, and whenever you step close to General Zhao, he'll change your button inputs. It's absolutely... it's so stupid. I hate the chaos modifiers so much. You'll do this for about 6 hours of gameplay per season, and your reward is, as mentioned above, recolors of existing skins and 1 Titan skin. And now these Titan skins are the Order of Darkness skins, which have been in the game since launch. They've been there since day 1, but you can only unlock 2 of them every like 50 days or so, which is something we've already spoken about in a couple other videos on the channel that you can feel free to check out. Speaking of the Titan battles, the Titan battles are cancer. That's all I can say. They absolutely suck so much ass. It's just a major problem with the entire system is that the Titan battles suck. NRS is very famous for having awful boss fight design. Kintaro and Shao Kahn spring to mind from MK9. They just had unlimited armor, which the Titan battles in this game reuse the unlimited armor. Corrupted Shinnok in MKX just did his chest beam 7 times per match, and in MK11, whenever you fought Kronika, you couldn't do any combos on her because she just reset herself after half a juggle, which some of the Titan battles also do. Yeah, that's a whole other... I'm gonna have some gameplay on screen of this stuff happening. MK1's Titans are no different from these ones. They have unblockable moves, some of which are also unavoidable without a cheesy talisman, like the most recent Ashra fight. She has like this spinning torpedo move where she spins around the screen, and it's so fast and you can barely jump over it, and if you don't jump over it, she'll hit you 6 times and destroy your entire life bar. Not even joking. I absolutely could not stand doing that boss fight. They also have these weird bullet storm style survive rounds for some fucking reason in a fighting game. You'll also see some gameplay of that on screen. It's absolutely bullshit. And they also have an aura around them that does constant damage over time if you step too close. This aura also counts during the bullet storm stages when they're not on screen. You will constantly be losing health whilst trying to dodge a screen full of projectiles. The only ways to win these fights are to reallocate all of your stats to health so that you get 9,000 hit points and they don't actually do any damage to you, or to reallocate all of your stats down to damage, in which case you'll have no health and you'll die in one hit, but you may also kill them in one hit. Or you can use a talisman like the Warhorn and sit in the corner crying until the Tarkotan Horde or a fart cloud do 100% of the work for you. Now, I don't need to explain why that's bad game design. That one of the best strategies to beating these boss fights is to use a talisman that just traps them in a fart cloud that literally melts their health. Because you can't actually fight them in a fair fight. It's not doable. The next thing I wanted to talk about are the survival levels. They're what the fuck. They're what the fuck. WTF. These are the bullet storm nonsense levels that make next to no sense in a Mortal Kombat game. And most of them are absolutely bullshit hard to do. My life hack whenever I see a survive level is to grab Havoc, who just happens to have the least amount of elemental weaknesses because he's Chaos and Blood, and max out his health so that even if Havoc does get hit by 40 different projectiles, he's just going to tank it because he's got 6 million health or whatever. You get a small amount of character XP for completing these levels, and that's absolutely it. That's it. Not even enough to level you up from level 0. You will also get no coins. It's completely useless to do this. There's no reason to do this. They block your progress. You have to do them to pass, but they don't give you any worthwhile reward whatsoever. Not a skin, not a recolor of a skin, not a goddamn easy fatality token. They give you nothing. Moving on to the next completely useless aspect of Invasions is the Test Your Might. For some reason, now Test Your Might does return because it's awesome and everyone loves it. But in this game, it's totally useless. It's novel at best. You get no XP from doing it, you get no punishment for failing, and you get no reward for succeeding. So what's the point of doing it? What's the point? It is just there because the community likes Test Your Might and it was easy enough for NRS to throw in there and get some brownie points. But there is simply no point in doing it, as the game does not react to you completing or failing, aside from if you win, Quan Chi will throw his hands up and go, woohoo, I'm the best. Or if you lose, Quan Chi will get his head cut off by a flying Kung Lao hat. And then the game just moves on as normal. That's it. There's literally no point to doing Test Your Might in this game. One thing I did want to mention is that this version of Invasions that I'm talking so much shit about is not even as bad as it was at launch. This is the fixed version. At launch, every character had the boss armor for some fucking reason. You couldn't hit any character. And the elemental modifiers were in just about every goddamn match rather than every third or fifth like they are now. There was also a secret fight or an ambush fight every goddamn level, which for some reason the secret fights just triggered no matter what, which meant that you were essentially doubling the amount of matches and playtime you had to do to get through each mesa, which made Invasions even more of a bore and just burnt everyone out in Season 1. The talismans were also completely useless in the first season, and they're probably the only thing that's been fixed, as well as removing the armor for the standard enemies. That's it. That's all that's changed. But it has made a dramatic difference, but it hasn't fixed it. So how do we fix this? And let me preface this part. NRS won't fix this mode. Don't expect that to happen. This version of Invasions that we are playing right now is as good as it's going to get. We're already repeating mesas every season, and we've already had all of the interesting things stripped back. We get next to no rewards for doing anything. It's only reliable to play the DLC characters and just grind them out. Because all of the XP stuff has also been stripped back. All of the exploits that we had in the last season and the season before, all gone. But let's play with the idea of fixing Invasions anyway. The first things first, the rewards need to be worth it. The 3D era skins from the premium store, or even the premium currency, the Dragon Crystals, they need to be earnable in Invasions, as well as actual unique gear or something worth playing for. And the boss fights need serious tweaking. The unlimited armor needs to go, and the unblockable, unavoidable bullshit needs to go too. Just make the boss fight hard. It's that easy. If you fight these exact same opponents without the armor, even if you keep the unblockable attacks, without the armor, it's still a challenge. It's just not going to make me miserable playing it, but I think all of that bullshit needs to go anyway. Test Your Might and Survive also either need some serious reward restructuring or just remove them entirely, because they're a waste of time. They're a complete waste of time. The Towers of Time in MK11 were also awful and were full of bullshit modifiers that took the fun out of the whole game. But at least the Towers of Time offered you some actual unique rewards and skins. You know, you even got intros and outros. They even gave you a chance to play as DLC characters before you bought them. Invasions does none of this. Doesn't even come close to any of this. Invasions needs some serious reworking, or the game's core single player experience will continue to just drive players away from the game completely. Well guys, that brings us to the end of this video. Let me know in the comments down below what you think of Invasions mode and what you would do to change it, if anything. Personally, fuck that mode so much. I haven't even finished the Sub-Zero season, and I'm so over it. It's making me want to play different games completely. Which is, brings me to another quick topic. Let me know in the comments down below if you have any other game series you wanted to see me cover other than Mortal Kombat. I do have plenty of Mortal Kombat content that I'm still planning on making, but I do want to branch out a bit because this is just not sustainable for me or my channel. But yeah guys, thank you for watching. Don't forget to like, leave a subscribe if you haven't already, and peace out.